So 17mm for these bearing cap bolts. It's probably gonna be a pain in the ass to do. So it looks like on these, you have like a machined bevel and then the cast bevel. The cast bevel is facing outwards. And just, alright, so once you get the two caps off, you just pull the whole carrier out, and what I did is I set the carrier housing on the ground and then used a big pry bar, hooked it in here, and then just kind of slowly pried against the casing, popped out. Make sure to keep the shims and the bearing rices on each side. This is what I did. Just stuck them through some cardboard. I wrote AAD. And I know this is for the side that goes onto the automatic disconnecting differential there. 10 bolts on the ring gear. They're all 17mm. I used my impact to break them loose. If you had a vise or something, it'd probably be a lot easier to get it done in a vise. But now I gotta mark all these so I know what goes where when I put it all back together, as well as mark the ring gear. On this carrier, there's a big J and a 2. I don't know if that means anything, but the whole reason for doing all this is to replace these inner spider gears with a Spartan locker. So we'll get to it. I'll probably have to clean this off really good with some brake cleaner. I'll try and mark it with a couple Sharpies. I got a silver Sharpie and a black Sharpie, so I should be able to mark everything the way I want to. That way I don't mix anything up. Alright. So for this, to get the ring gear off, you have 10 bolts. I already got one set pulled off. There's a J on this carrier housing, so that's my line mark. I also put a J right there on the ring gear, so I know how it goes. And then it goes clockwise from J1 all the way to 9. And then I just mark the little metal pieces too. So once all those are off, you're supposed to be able to just hit this kind of. I think it's supposed to separate. There it goes. Oops. And there it goes. You just gotta hit it a few times. That's our ring gear. Off of our carrier. So now, to get this cross pin out, there is a hole right here at the bottom that just gets punched out one way or the other. Take a screwdriver, which you're probably not supposed to use it for, but doesn't matter to me. Alright, so carrier's out, rings off, right there. Can you see it? Hold it. So right there, there's a little hole. That's where this pin came out of. Got it? Alright. We had to go push it this way. Focused? So we had to push this pin out this way. It wouldn't go this way. I tried it on my press, didn't work. And then I just tapped it with the punch, it came right out. And then this center pin, this shiny piece in here, pushes right out. And then you just slide these spider gears around and it all comes out. All these washers and stuff we don't need. Obviously if you're rebuilding it and not putting a locker in it, you would need all that stuff because that's how everything's spaced out. But so all the gears are out. They all look like they're in pretty good shape. Make sure there's no washers stuck on any of these surfaces. And then there's our empty carrier. Spartan locker. It's already been opened and set up. There's a spring and a pin right here, and this just holds it into place. So basically all you should have to do, set in these gears, the outside gears on each side, make sure they go in, and then slide one of these locking rings in, and they have these little dishes that go in. Make sure you put those in right. You have to look at the instructions on that. And then line up the pin. No. Let me see. Because the pin goes through there, so make sure that the pin's lined up through the center there. You might need like a little screwdriver to pull those little collars out to the right side. once you got it all lined up, take the pin, should just slide right through, just like that. And then we'll make sure the little pin we had to press out was lined up properly. The hole anyways. Hold that in place. Let's go back in the same way it came out, it looks like. We'll have to knock this with a hammer a couple times to get it to set in. Try not to hit your bearing. Check. So once you got that punched in, you want to try and dimple this back over so that pin can't come out. Something like that. And then what we gotta do is pull those little guide pins out, and that'll be that. That'll be that. Just make sure everything's kind of lined up. One pin, two pin, 3 pin, and 4 pin. There we go. Now it's installed.